Welcome back, y'all. This is another episode of What the Play Is podcast. We got some special guests in the building. These guys, man. I met these guys earlier this year, and honestly, since I've met them, man, everything about my life and the team's life has elevated. Honestly, whether they had something to do with it indirectly or, you know what I mean, or directly, however it happened. I want to introduce y'all to Anthony Simmons,
AKA Big Ant.
AKA Big Ant. See, I was gonna throw that in there the first time. However, I had some people getting them. And then I have my guy here also, Wade Marshall, Mr. Marshall. How y'all feeling today, man?
I'm actually still stuck on the fact that you call us special. Because as old as I am, special meant that you rode that little bus and wore a helmet.
If the shoe fit.
Well, I did ride that little bus.
All right, now
I have the paperwork to prove I no longer have to be on that bus.
Paperwork don't prove everything. Paperwork don't prove everything. Wait, how you feeling today, man?
I can't complain. It's been a good year.
I heard that. So, I got some questions that I want to ask y'all together as a group, and I want to ask some stuff individually. First, I want to start with Wade. Where you were you born and raised here?
Yes, I am from Shreveport originally.
Mm-hmm.
I did some time out in Los Angeles and made my way back here.
I heard that.
San Quentin?
No.
Okay.
That's a jail.
He said he did some time.
I heard that.
I did some time, yeah.
I know what San Quentin is.
Yeah. There's some stories I'll keep out.
Don't put your business out there like that. Don't put your business. What school did you graduate from down here?
I did. Went to Centenary.
Okay.
Went straight out to LA. I'm a music composer by trade, so I'm writing music for film, television, media, all kinds of stuff.
I heard that.
At that time the industry was different here. That was about early 2000s. And so that's why I made my way out to LA, because that's what I thought was going to make it happen. Yeah.
That's the time I don't remember right there.
Yeah. You were born there.
I was born right there. Yeah. Right in 2000, right? That's what I'm saying. I was born right in 2000, baby. Right there. So, Big Ant.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you, man, how did you get into radio? Because I know it didn't start at radio. It usually never starts where you've ended up at.
Actually, it did. I was a college dropout. I was a theater major in college, and realized I had no desire to be a theater teacher, which most theater thespians or people who have their degree in as a theater major become theater teachers.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, no. So dropped out of college, bought a Honda CB650 custom that I wrenched on more than I rode, and it just happened to be raining that day, and I was sitting in my parents' house eating the biggest bowl of Captain Crunch you've ever seen in your life while watching the Andy Griffith Show. I thought Aunt B was the sexiest woman on the face of this earth. Any woman that laid your clothes out for you and had the lines in the floor and brought you a pickle for lunch, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful woman. If you can find a woman
like the pickle for the lunch, but everything else he said, you better get you one.
So my father comes downstairs and sees me eating all the Captain Crunch that I could possibly stomach, and said, "You got three choices: get the hell out of my house, pay rent, or get your ass back in school." Just then, the first commercial came on, which was for bartending school. And I called, the line was busy. The second commercial was broadcasting school. 35 years later, here I am.
I heard that.
Yeah, so it was that. And the reality is, when I went to the school and heard someone's voice amplified out of the speakers, this old school we used to call walk the ramp and nail the post. Every song has like a 10 or 15 second intro or a different set of intros. Walking the ramp is 101.1 KRMD, or the Phenomenon Apologetically Big Station 997 KMJJ. You're rolling with your quintessential Gen Xer Big Ant. Here is Sierra, whatever, and then bam, the lyrics start. That's like the perfect break. You don't get anything better than that. And I heard this guy do that. Now I was in love with it all the way back then, 35 years ago. So that's how it started. That's how it all started.
I heard that. And is it like, does it get more passionate?
I would still do it for free every day if I had to.
I heard.
There's absolutely, I'm a firm believer, and I teach my children this: do what you love, and the money will come. Took a little while, but it is. And then sometimes it ain't there. And sometimes it's better than it is, and sometimes it's worse than it could be. Yeah. So it's all a labor of love, but it's something that you fall in love with radio. You get bitten by that radio bug, and you can't shake it. You can't shake it.
Tell me about it. I cannot drive in my car without the radio at all.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm talking about I can't drive in my car without the radio playing at
Truly
all.
appreciate
so
that.
I understand that completely.
Yeah.
Wait.
What you got?
What was the first project that you had that had you I'd say nervous because of the stakes? How high, like the biggest project for your first time, and how did that feel to be in the midst of that?
I mean, really looking back, I was involved with the Halloween franchise.
Ooh.
There was a documentary called Halloween 25 Years of Terror. It was the documentary done about the making of the entire series, and I believe it. You can get it with the box set now. It comes out with the box set. But being asked by Malik Akkad, who's the director of the original Halloween's producer, whatever, and being involved with making the Halloween theme into something. They asked me to do the Halloween theme and make it into something for this documentary. So that was really neat to actually be a part of that and saying I'm actually have my hands on being part of this big franchise and don't screw it up.
Don't screw it up.
And so, I was able to, with the friends that I had at the time, able to have the opportunity. So, rescored the Halloween theme into some sort of orchestral thing, and they liked it, and you can get it today on the documentary. And so, but that was kind of my early sort of in on the film industry.
How did it feel, like the nervousness? How did you handle that?
I think things like that. You always want if you're doing something creative, be it music, be it art, whatever creative, medium, you always want everybody to like what you're doing because you feel like. It's not
your baby.
It is, and it's like the rejection part is hard, and because you're going to hear it. I'll tell anybody that's doing anything in the creative field, you got to be okay with people saying it's not for us, which I've heard that a lot in my career. That's fine. You just keep on going and keep on doing what you're doing, and you're gonna keep pushing into stuff that people are going to appreciate and like anyway. So it doesn't matter. You're going to hear the biggest thing that I had to learn is to learn rejection, and that's part of it. You can't always feel like you're going to be the best of everything because there's hundreds and thousands of people that do the same thing you do.
Did you get to the point where you collected your rejection letters?
I didn't go that far.
And you got some rejection letters?
Oh my God! Yeah. You can't even begin to imagine.
They send those?
Oh, back then. Now they don't even give you the common courtesy. Back then you at least got the common courtesy of you suck, and we don't want you. And at first it was like, and then after a while it's like, okay,
Can I ask you though? Would you rather not know?
No, I'd rather know. Because one thing that I truly believe is missing in
come on, say it. I already know.
Missing in this era of time is thick skin. And the one thing I like when I first started in radio, my first internship, there were 20 of us, and we got belittled, we got kicked around, we got treated like crap to the point that there was 2 of us. And if you was the last 2, you might get a job. Well, I wasn't. So I had to go through the process again. And I promise you, I've been called out of my name more than you could possibly begin to imagine. Working for top 40 stations, pop stations, country stations, and things of that nature. And you have to be prepared for that because just like Wade said, not everybody's going to like you. Matter of fact, most people are going to not like you because they don't like themselves. And they're going to project that on you.
So, question. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, please.
How did you deal with that? Because I can speak on how I would deal with it, but I wouldn't say it'd be the typical way, but I'm pretty sure it'll end up in the expected zone. Like they'd expect me to go that route eventually. So I want to know how did you deal with it?
It at first is very difficult, and then you get to a point where it's still difficult, but the reason why I'm Big Ant is because that's Big Ant. Anthony Simmons goes home. Anthony Simmons can hang up Big Ant and not take that in the house. Do you internalize some of it? Yes, you're always going to, because we're human. You know, you're going to have a bad day. You're not always going to get it right. Unfortunately, those are the days that people remember. They're not going to remember all the great things that you did. They're going to remember that one time that you snapped and became everything that they thought you were.
And that's what I was just saying, right?
You know, and but that's going to happen. I don't care if you live long enough. It's going to happen. If you ride a motorcycle long enough, you're going to drop it. You're going to fall. It's not when, but not if, but when. It's the same thing. You're going to have a bad day where you can't handle it. Those are the times that the thick skin comes in. Those are the times where your fun of fundamentals take over, and you do your damnedest to get the hell out of Dodge quickly. And you go to the basement, you scream, you holler, you kick the dog, you know, you finish off that bottle, whatever you got to do.
We not kicking no dogs. No dogs.
No, Peter, I was kidding. I'm a dog owner. I love dogs.
No dogs.
But that's how it is. It is. But you built up a tolerance, I guess, a thick skin, a third gear, whatever, to be able to deal with that. And I think you got to remember, me and this guy grew up watching Mel Brooks movies. You know what I mean? We grew up with Eddie Murphy. We grew up with George Carlin. You know, we grew up with
the lovely times of comedy, man.
Well, it was the real times of comedy, and uncensored and just wide open, and everybody understood. Now, me personally, if you tell me a funny joke that happens to have, you know, a race in it that's not pre-planned, or like, you know, we're at a movie theater and I get loud and then Wade goes, really? You know, it's like, okay, I got it. But then if you come to me with a pre-planned joke about black people being loud in the theater, man, I ain't trying to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But if it's a stereotype that you point out during that time and it's just two people hanging out, that's funny. Mm-hmm. There's a difference between comedy and being mean. Mm-hmm. And I think oftentimes now a lot of people are being mean because they don't know how to be comics. And then there's a lot of people who don't understand what comedy is because they're actually mean-spirited. So it kind of goes both ways.
They're not supposed to understand. That's how I feel. It's art. It's still art.
Oh, it is definitely art.
So it's you're not, like you've been saying, you're not going to get it. And if it's not for you, just walk off. It's not for you. You don't have to go and try to ruin somebody's career because maybe you interpreted the joke wrong. Because everybody else in the room laughed.
But
you were the only one.
The society we live in today,
they would try to ruin your life behind.
Yeah. And I think it's we could go through more fundamentals, some training. I'm pretty sure it's the same in your industry. You know, those no's built you. Those rejection letters built you. That when you fail enough, you know it ain't that bad, and you actually understand it's a learning lesson. I've learned more from failure than I ever have from success. Yeah. Right?
Man. Yeah, I'm talking about, you know how many years I played basketball versus how many years I was on the team.
As short as you are? I mean, yo, really? Is that true?
And you know what's crazy, Ant? Your boy got skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I always say this too, if I was about 5 inches taller, y'all never met y'all.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
I would have never been. I'd have never been right here. I'd be on somebody's college campus. Well, I wouldn't be in college right now no more.
I know you do.
Well, I know that song because I'm 5'7". It was my theme song.
I'm taller than him.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's why I didn't know the song. It's a height requirement.
I always say, let's see, here's the thing, 5'7", I always tell, you know, my women friends that we can see at eye level, you know.
There it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, well, that's actually, that's
I was about to say something that I'm pretty sure I would get in trouble for someone leaving.
I'm glad you didn't say
Yes, indeed. I told you, I grew up watching Mel Brooks movies.
Yeah, no, because you just said what they try to do to people who live at that time, so we not going.
Hey, did you hear Mel Brooks is bringing out Spaceballs too?
Yes, I did hear this.
How do you feel about that?
You know, you can get me on a whole, you know, other tangent about where we are with remakes. And
come on, I'm sorry, we totally took over your podcast.
Yeah.
Shh.
I was gonna ask. You know what it is? I mean,
let's see. Oh my God, it's like talking to a toddler.
We need to bring you to we need to have a Mel Brooks Film Festival, and we will never work in this town again. That would be the last thing we do. I promise you.
The crazy thing.
Hey, how y'all doing? So, What the Play Is podcast is partnership with Loretta Films, and also being sponsored by Rough Rules. Speaking of Loretta Films, go check out the #1 crime saga movie out here that was filmed in Shreveport, Bossier. Stream it right now on Tubi. And also, go to Rough Rule and get you a Rough Rule hoodie. I'm wearing the latest zip-up embroidered Rough Rule hoodie. What Rough Rule mean? To have morals and integrity equals self-motivation. Is it you? Is it true? You are Rough Rule. Need I say more? Now let's get back to the regular program. What the play is.
So is that like I said earlier, I really want to get into that time of 2000 because honestly,
Mel Brooks goes back to the 70s.
I know, but I'm
60s,
I'm saying it was because I feel like the 2000s was the end of that, like you saying, that tough skin on TV era.
Well, it was tough and all around, but it was by design, and I mean everything is by design.
So you don't think it stopped after a certain time limit, like years wise? Because I personally seen change in TV after a certain age. Like it was certain jokes that just wasn't
for us black people. I would say it was in the mid '90s when they legitimized the language, ebonics and things like that. And they legitimized it. And it was like, well, this is a really legit thing. Prior to that, we as a people, we were considered dual language. We had a dual. I knew when I went to school, I had to talk a certain way.
And when I was in
right, but when I went home, I was home. You know, and we understood that. You know, and it if anything, it gave us a leverage. It gave us, dated all the way back, generationally speaking. And now I might be going too far in the weeds, but you know, a lot of your Negro spirituals and things like that we sing in church were actually messages that we would speak to one another in the fields and things of that nature that people didn't understand. You know, wade in the water, your name. I mean, wade in the water was a message to the people. Wade in the water so the dogs can't follow your tracks. This is the line that you go. You know, the God's going to trouble the water, you know, things of that nature. So all of these things were messages that we as a people had amongst ourselves. And then by them legitimizing, you know, the broken English, well, it was another step in the wrong direction for us. And then, of course, you know, well, yeah, they can do that. Well, you know, because of their language and their lack of speaking skills, we should give them this. We should give. There was so much given that nothing was earned. And when you earn something, like I'm a program director, and that is a title that is going the way of the dodo. Because most people now are given that title, whereas I had to earn it. So it's something that I don't take lightly. The plaques that I have on my walls, I earn those. But now you can go buy one. People are like, I'll just buy something. Well, why don't you try earning it? I would imagine going to the pawn shop and buying a Super Bowl ring is really easy. $30,000, you got one, go buy one. But did you earn that? There are certain things in life that we still should make kids, young people, earn, so that they have the respect for it when they get older.
You should put a token on earning things. We should put a higher token on earning things.
I agree. But then, of course, you're making it difficult. Why are you making it so difficult for me to do this? You know, and it's like, because you'll appreciate it when you get older. Mm-hmm. You know, you go to a school and learn how to drum 6 months, and then somebody gives you a record deal, you suck. You know, you're not going to be as good as the one-armed man from Def Leppard. You know, what was his name? I forgot his name. Shit.
It's a lot of old stuff bouncing.
We're gonna lose.
Don't get me wrong. I've been saying I'm with you with the conversation, but your references, you losing me, man.
Well, you know, back in my day.
That's what I'm about to get ready to say. Fellas, this is somebody we got that was born in the 1900s.
I mean, well, shit, look, you got two people who their hair is whiter than Wade's skin.
I mean, my grandma's had been that color since she was like 30.
I like this since I was 15.
I've been like this since.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like genetics at this point. Yeah,
man. I know.
You were the cool kid in school, though.
It had to
Everybody
be.
thought I had paint in my hair.
And you could. Oh, and you know what? You could always cop at the liquor store. I guarantee everybody sent you to the liquor store.
I never bought liquor early for anyone.
Oh, I did. Went to jail for it, but that's a story for another drink.
Yeah.
You just You just be snitching on yourself.
Oh man, all you can tell my hairstyles of the '90s by my mugshots.
You still be snitching.
There's nothing to hide.
I'm listening.
That's another thing. To be successful in this industry, you really have to be an open book to an extent, because that's what people want. They want that. They want those little glimpses into you, the insight to you. It gives you more connectivity. I mean, let's be honest. When I first moved here back in 2014, I started the very first 420 celebration. And I got in trouble. I mean, I'm telling you, we at 420, I played the high hits of the day from 4 to 420. And then at 420, we were on the corner of Stoner and Highland. You have a corner called Stoner and Highland. On 420, we're giving away juicies and bags of chips. I got in big time trouble. They were like, you can't do that on the radio. I said, then we should pull every other song off the radio. What do you mean? Have you listened to our music?
Right.
All it does is talk about smoking dope. That's all we do.
But that ain't the message. The point they're not trying to stop the message from being pushed. They don't want it pushed from their aspect.
But
they
you know
don't want
what?
Their name on it.
Now, if you haven't bought a remote by now on my radio station for a head shop, for Good Day Farms or any of those places, you're not getting on. It's one of the most lucrative days of the year. Why? Because we did what our culture wanted, what our culture is already talking about. Why hide what we do? Why pretend like we're not talking about it on the radio? Let's be a part of it. And I'm an advocate for marijuana, the medicinal purposes of it. My mother, who died of cancer, lived comfortably for the last 6 months because of it. I had a hip replacement prior to that. It allowed me to still move and walk because of it. Oh, I'm a 100% advocate for the legalization of marijuana. And let's be 100% honest, it is fun. And I get a good night's sleep for it.
Come on,
I'm a public figure.
We got one snitching. I was gonna say, come on now, we got one snitching. You get on it now.
It's not even a
Come
snitch.
on in now.
I tell you this, my daughter was born on 420. So
Yeah, you see how he eased out of that when he threw his daughter right in there.
she's gonna have quite the birthday.
Exactly. Be sure to invite me. I got some cupcakes.
This is what I can say about that situation. Don't give me the it's not. It's like again I said, it's not about the message. It's they're fine with it being played that way. They don't want it said flat out because it takes away the subliminals. It takes away your cluelessness. It takes away. Okay, if I'm listening to it every day, eventually I'll do it out of. It's a rhythm. It's in my mind, and music. It begins to eat to your soul. So eventually I'll start doing it because, like you said, it's a cultural thing. Versus if I put it all around you and say, "Hey, do this. Hey, do it. You probably would never do it.
But do it for the right reasons.
But that comes with.
And that's what I do with Marijuana Mondays and Weed Wednesdays. It's a joke, but the reality is there are some great medicinal qualities and a reason why you do it. And here's what's wild. Here's the part that has always escaped me, and I argue till the day I die, will always do this. They'll play the commercials on the black stations, but not on the white stations, because they're thinking, well, it's their culture, just to go ahead and do that. When I go to the dispensaries, I don't see me. I see older white men, older white women going in there. Why? Because the medicinal purposes of it. And they were doing it Doobies back with the Dooley Brothers. That's an old song.
Yes.
Old Groovy, you won't get the Dooley Brothers. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm talking about they still shooting them at me.
But it's although we may have taken it over culturally, the reality is everybody. The dispensaries are full of those who everybody thinks don't partake.
I feel like if it takes more than 3 things to make it, you don't need to be smoking it.
Well, that was that dirt. Well, you don't even need dirt anymore. Hydro. We used to do that back in the 90s, but that's a story for
We're going to
another
move on
different
past this, guys.
Okay,
He's steady
sorry.
snitching. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Well, you only need is water. You didn't need dirt growing in your closet in a black light. Anyway.
He's still on it. So, Ant, let me ask you something. Let me just go and ask you. What was your worst Okay, well, screw it. And you did it to yourself. I want to ask, what was your worst drug experience? I gotta know now.
That would have been crack.
Stop. I take it back. I don't want to know anymore.
Kid you not.
I don't want to know.
You got to
anymore.
remember how old I am. Now, when crack hit the scene, nobody knew what it was. Nobody absolutely had no clue what it was whatsoever.
I don't know where this is going.
And a guy showed up to a party and was like, hit this. And I did. And the one thing about me, I've never enjoyed a drug that made me feel better than my natural high. As an athlete, football player, defensive lineman, I caught an interception and ran it back for a touchdown. We don't do that. We're too fat to do that. But I did. That was the greatest thing that had happened to me up to my life.
You did it out the crack?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did it at a football
Well, I was
game.
about
Right.
to say, whoa.
Well, that particular drug, it did. And I ran from it as fast as I could because it was scarily good. And so I understand how the crack epidemic happened. You know, it crept up on a group of people that did not know what was about to happen. It was way too late.
It was too late.
It was too late by the time it started. We didn't even know what a crackhead was, and they were everywhere.
Man.
They were everywhere. So
Man.
that is my worst drug story. My best drug story. You're gonna love this one.
Oh, well, why? Why you? Okay, go ahead.
The very first time I ever smoked a blunt
I don't know nothing about that.
was with Tupac Shakur.
Oh, the almost. Hey, now you gotta come on, tell me that story. How
It
did that work?
was a concert in St. Paul, Minneapolis, in St. Paul. It was the Fifth Ward Boys, Bushwick Bill. Scarface was the headliner. Tupac was not even the headliner, right? And after sound check, we're all standing around. Pac came out and pulled out a blunt. Now, mind you, back then we were smoking either oneies or tops, papers, you know. So, and he was like, "Who got a light?" Fired it up, passed it around. And at that time, I was not smoking. But when Tupac hands you a joint, you hit it, you know. And I coughed hard, but I did not throw up. But that was my first introduction to smoking a blunt.
I heard that.
With Pac.
Now wait, I'm gonna leave you out of that. I'm sorry.
I went to LA and we can just leave it at that.
But
But,
look,
you know,
I already know that mean. See, you remember what I told you about the subliminals? That's what that is. He right in the middle
has
of
a
it.
respectable job.
Ha!
You know, I'm in
Subliminally.
radio.
But he
I'm in
just
radio.
told you without telling you.
And everything that I've told actually has already been printed.
But you know what? I was a good boy, honestly. You know, I went to Evangel. Not saying that's,
Well-
like noble or anything, but I'm just saying that, I grew up in the church.
Okay.
You know, I didn't really,
I was in the church too. That wine was
I
good.
didn't have my first drink of alcohol till I was in my, early 20s.
You didn't take communion?
Well, that communion was straight up
That's some
Welch's.
good Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Good Kool-Aid.
But I mean, it's I've always tried to live sort of a good life as much as you can. But you get offered things here and there. But it's just I still kind of think of my body as much, take care of as much as I can. So people ask well, you don't look like you're if we put it on camera, I'll be 47 this year.
I heard that.
But a lot of people
You don't look 47.
Well, you don't look 47. Yeah, but it's I try to moisturize or whatever, I don't know, whatever